Welcome everyone to another edition of You and Me and Multiple Sclerosis. My name is Pam and I've been living with multiple sclerosis for over 37 years, and that is more than half my life, way more than half my life. I am keeping you up to date with what's going on with my clinical trial. And part of the reason I'm doing that is that if you've not ever been in a clinical trial before, maybe you're wondering, well, what does that really entail? And what kinds of things do you do? So I'm just going to share with you the general outline of what we're doing. And maybe that will inspire you to get involved in one of these yourself. Now, just as a refresher, this particular clinical trial is to investigate whether a supplement that actually is currently available over the counter, whether a supplement called MitoQ can help with multiple sclerosis fatigue. Now, that's the most common symptom, or one of the most common symptoms of multiple sclerosis. Well over half the people who have MS report that they are fatigued at some point. And certainly if we can be doing something to ease our fatigue, we'd like that very much. And especially something that's not even a prescription drug. That would be really nice. It can work in tandem with other therapies. It can be used as needed. So I would say this is a pretty good clinical trial. Not much chance of downsides on it. No bad side effects other than if you're already allergic to CoQ10 or the components of this thing. So that's what the purpose of the trial is. And last Thursday, the 24th of March, I went to Portland again, to Oregon Health Sciences University, and participated in the second session of the clinical trial. And if you watched my last video about the first session, that one was really to baseline me. So there was a whole bunch of stuff that was done, blood draws and neurological tests and vision tests and cognitive tests and everything else, just to kind of get a baseline of what my capabilities are right now. Now, this one that I just did, this last Thursday, was the trial where we actually began taking the supplement. So there were some neurological tests that were done. I had to do a 25-foot walk that was timed, and I had to do the infamous 9-hole peg test, which I hate. Nothing that will make you humble faster than taking the 9-hole peg test. You might be thinking you're doing really good until you have to do that, and they time you. And then there was also a cognitive test where they had a key, a legend up at the top that had symbols and numbers associated with them. And then they had a whole string of these symbols, and you were supposed to say what the number was that went along with the symbol. So I did that. They gave me 90 seconds to see how far I could get on that. And I have no idea whether I did better than average, poorer than average. It doesn't matter. The point is, they, again, essentially baselined me for the future. I'm sure that I'll be taking those tests again. The other piece of it was blood work. They did a lot of blood draws. I think there was 7.5 vials of blood taken over time. The first bunch before I took the supplement, and then a small sample after I took it. The big thing that happened this time was they actually gave me the supplement to start taking and to take home with me. So let me show you what these look like. They come in 2 bottles. Here's bottle A and here's bottle B. So you have to take every morning before breakfast 1 from bottle A and 1 from bottle B. And that'll go on through the entire month of April, because my next appointment with them isn't until early May. And they'll be checking in with me through email and whatnot. So the thing about these bottles is that they're not labeled in any way other than bottle A and bottle B. And that is part of the double-blind process. So I do not know what's in those, and neither does the investigator. We're just having me do 1 from each bottle. Now, the way it works then is that there's 2 options, basically. For each bottle, it could be 0 milligrams of MitoQ. So in other words, that's the placebo. Or it could have 20 milligrams of MitoQ in it. So you can see that there would be a number of combinations that you could have. If bottle A has 0 and bottle B has 0, then you're getting 0. So you're in the placebo group. If bottle A has 0 and bottle B has 20 milligrams, you're in the low dose group. And obviously the reverse would be true as well. Or if bottle A has 20 and bottle B has 20, then you're in the higher dose group of 40 milligrams. It's actually a very simple way to put people into various groups for this trial. Now I'm home and I'm taking the supplement. I've been on it for several days now, and I'll just continue to do that through this whole month of April. And I have to say, this is the part of the clinical trial where there's more opportunity for an introduction of some kind of error, because they're having to count on me to follow instructions. My instructions are to every day take 1 pill from bottle A and 1 pill from bottle B. And I think you can see where there might be several opportunities to mess that up. I could forget to take the dose and maybe think, oh, maybe I need to double up on my dose or something. I could accidentally take 2 from bottle A or 2 from bottle B or any combination of that. I have to really keep my wits about me when I'm taking this supplement, or I'm going to mess up their results. They are trusting that I know how to follow instructions, so that I'm going to take this as seriously as I can and do as good a job as I can. Now, one thing that they didn't talk about that I think is very important also is that during this time where I'm taking the supplement, I need to try and keep my activities and everything else pretty much the same as I normally would, because they're going to ask me to fill out questionnaires again to say how much energy I had for this activity, or how motivated I was to leave the house or to socialize or to do whatever. Now, if I take the supplement and then I decide, well, I'm going to make myself do things that I normally wouldn't do, I'm really not being true to the experiment. It's a lot harder for me when I come back and fill out those questionnaires again to be completely objective and honest, because I can't compare apples and oranges, right? My life before I took the supplement, my life after I took the supplement, they're not comparable. They're not the same. So what I'm trying to do is, if I had a certain level of exercise I was doing before, I'm going to continue that, but I'm not going to say, oh, I bet I could do twice as much now. No, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to try and see twice as many people. I'm not going to volunteer for twice as many activities. I'm not going to read twice as many books. I'm not going to do anything to any more extreme than I've already been doing it. And I think that is the best way for them to get more of an objective result. They didn't tell me to do that, but it just makes sense to me, don't you think? Well, now all I have to do is continue to take my meds. And so I won't be updating you again until I have my next appointment in early May. But I will keep you posted because, like I said, I'm hoping that this will at least help you understand what's involved in a clinical trial, so that if you're ever invited to participate in one, you know a little bit more about what's involved and whether you might want to participate. So that's all I have for you today. Take very good care of yourself, and I will see you again in my next video.